suffered an oblique injury in early drills. He was shut down for the rest of...
Wild news is spilling out of Cleveland, fueling a storm of speculation. Coach Kevin Stefanski has announced that Shedeur Sanders is dealing with an oblique issue, leaving his status for Saturday's preseason game uncertain. But behind the scenes, whispers tell a different story. According to people close to Sanders, there's no real injury at all, just routine soreness, the kind he's pushed through countless times. After all, he dominated in the previous game, showing no signs of discomfort. So why the sudden surge of caution? That's where things begin to feel off. Some observers believe this isn't about protection, it's about suppression.
If it's a right guard, you can play for when it's quarterback. You kind of need that muscle to throw. So unfortunately, I'm going to put him down for a little bit here. We'll treat it day to day and see how.
Rumors swirl that Stefanski may be intentionally keeping Sanders out, downplaying the rise of a young star whose momentum has veterans on edge. If that's true, this is no simple preseason decision. It's a calculated power play, and it may only be the beginning. Days later, Stefanski addressed the media with calm assurance, insisting that Sanders wasn't necessarily in contention for the starting job and that all quarterbacks were being developed equally fair enough, until the official depth chart dropped. When it did, jaws hit the floor. Despite his standout performances, Sanders appeared fourth on the list. Behind quarterbacks Dillon and Pickett, both recovering from injuries, fans were stunned. How does the quarterback who's been shining brightest end up buried beneath two players who can't even suit up? Something in Cleveland isn't adding up, and the tension is rising fast. Just as the controversy reached a boiling point, new reports emerged. Stefanski didn't plan to play Sanders in the second preseason game at all. The news hit like a spark in a powder keg. Sanders has been electric every time he's taken the field, yet suddenly he's treated like an afterthought. To many fans, this no longer looks like conservative coaching. It looks like something deeper, something about control. Whether it's protecting veteran status, egos, or the coach's own stability, the logic behind benching the team's most exciting performer is becoming harder to defend. And then, as if on cue, another injury report surfaced. Minor arm soreness, the team claimed. Nothing serious, expected to clear up by tomorrow. But given the timing, the explanation felt almost too convenient. Just when the pressure for Sanders to start had reached its peak, the narrative shifted again. It's starting to feel like the Browns are playing the injury card to stall for time, hoping the public pressure cools off before they're forced to make a real decision. Even Stefanski's own comments haven't helped. He mentioned that Sanders' recovery might take a little longer and stressed the need for caution because the issue involves a key muscle group reasonable on paper. But the delivery was off. Every word sounded carefully selected, almost rehearsed. Reporters picked up on the hesitation, the odd pauses, the tight tone. It was the sound of a man tiptoeing around something, trying not to reveal more than he had to. At this point, the story feels bigger than football. It feels like there's something the Browns don't want anyone to see. And the football world has noticed. Prominent analysts, including Dan Orlovsky, have openly questioned the situation. He's been urging Stefanski to give Shedeur Sanders a genuine shot with the first-team offense, yet the coach hasn't budged. It's baffling. Sanders looked sharp in his last outing, calm, accurate, poised. Normally, a performance like that earns a player more opportunities, not less. Instead, Sanders is suddenly injured, and the timing feels almost too neat. Fans aren't buying it. They see a pattern that doesn't add up, and many believe something deeper is happening behind closed doors. Orlovsky didn't hold back during a recent broadcast.
How to break this down, so we're gonna break this down because what Kevin Stefanski did is actually par for the course. I know a lot of fans don't want to hear it. I know a lot of fans don't know.
He challenged Stefanski directly, demanding an explanation for why Sanders wasn't receiving more meaningful reps. If Stefanski really believes Sanders hasn't earned first-team time, he said, then show us why. That's the sticking point. The film tells a different story, a young quarterback displaying sharp decision-making, steady composure, and the kind of arm talent that turns heads every snap. Every throw, every moment on the field hints at potential that's hard to ignore. And yet, he remains on the outside looking in. Every drive Sanders led only strengthened the belief that he wasn't just ready, He was built for this moment. But instead of addressing those questions head-on, Stefanski made a strategic pivot. Critics say he sidestepped the rising pressure by attributing Sanders' absence to an injury. Suddenly, the quarterback who had been electrifying the preseason was off the field and out of sight. To many fans and analysts, the explanation felt thin, more like a convenient way to quiet the growing conversation than a genuine concern. And the timing only fueled the skepticism. The announcement came right on the heels of Dan Orlovsky's comments going viral, almost as if someone inside the building decided it was time to put a lid on the discussion. Whether that's true or not, the perception took on a life of its own. The public reaction was immediate. Frustration erupted across social media. Fans were furious that the team seemed to be shelving a rising talent instead of letting him compete openly. Timelines filled with demands for the Browns to free Shedeur, with some even calling for a trade to a team that would actually play him. People don't want him hidden. They want him unleashed. And the more Cleveland pulls him back, the louder the outcry grows. Then came the next shockwave. Nick Wright dropped a new take, one that sent the conversation into overdrive. According to him, the situation surrounding Shedeur Sanders isn't just unusual. It could reshape the entire storyline in Cleveland. Nick Wright claimed that Sanders has personally asked for a trade if the Browns don't start treating him right. If true, that would mean the tension between Sanders and the team is no longer just rumor. It's approaching a breaking point. The atmosphere in Cleveland is thick with drama, and every new headline turns up the heat even more.
I am hoping beyond hope I get 3 quarters that I look decent and the Los Angeles Rams call the Browns so I can be their 3rd string quarterback. Because the Rams story right now is Matt Stafford's got a bad back, and that is really concerning. And their backup quarterback, while
Wright even suggested that a potential trade to the Rams could be the best outcome for everyone involved. Imagine it. A move to Los Angeles could give Sanders the breathing room he desperately needs. Distance from the chaos, space to develop, and a system that focuses on growth instead of politics. The Rams would gain a young, hungry quarterback with enormous upside. Someone they could mold into a long-term franchise leader. As for Cleveland, the move wouldn't be a total loss. Analysts say they could probably snag a 3rd or even 4th round pick in return. Not bad for a 5th round investment. From a business standpoint, it's clean, strategic, and maybe even necessary if the Browns are willing to make that kind of bold call. But here's where the story takes a darker turn. According to whispers around the league, some insiders believe Stefanski has been slowing down Sanders' development. People inside the building are reportedly noticing the friction. The murmurs are growing louder, suggesting Stefanski's stubbornness could push the franchise toward complete chaos. There's even talk that Sanders' time in Cleveland may already be winding down, and the clock is ticking fast. One massive obstacle stands in the way. Team owner Jimmy Haslam. Word is that Haslam isn't having it. He's standing firm behind Sanders and refusing to let him go. He knows how much the fans adore the young quarterback, and he knows cutting him loose could ignite a firestorm. That puts Stefanski squarely in the crosshairs, caught between ownership, his own pride, and a young quarterback who's becoming too impactful, too popular, and too talented to quietly bench. What began as a simple preseason rotation has now exploded into one of the wildest storylines in this dramatized NFL saga. Hidden agendas, trade conversations, locker room tension. It's a full-blown soap opera in Cleveland, and everyone is waiting to see how this showdown plays out. Rumors suggest that the front office is quietly divided. Some executives want to cash in while Sanders' stock is high. Others, including veteran players, warn that trading him would be a mistake that haunts the franchise for years. The building is buzzing with whispers, tension, and quiet power plays. Some insiders even claim Stefanski's relationship with Haslam is on thin ice because of how he's handled the situation. Politics, pride, control. That's what it's come down to. Sanders' camp wants respect. Stefanski wants authority. And the fans? They want answers. The Browns are standing at the edge of a meltdown, and if they don't move quickly, this could go down as one of the most chaotic quarterback controversies in modern NFL storytelling. Social media is overflowing with Cleveland supporters calling for change. Hashtags like hashtag #PlayShedeur and hashtag #FireStefanski trend side by side. People show up to practices with free Shedeur signs, chanting his name from the stands like a protest rally. The pressure is blistering. Meanwhile, rival teams circle like sharks, waiting for Cleveland to slip. If they do, one of these teams could swoop in and change everything. Inside the locker room, the energy is shifting. Players are quietly choosing sides. Trust is cracking. What began as a minor injury story has mutated into a full-scale power struggle, threatening to tear the team apart from the inside. Every new injury announcement feels like part of a secret playbook. Questionable depth chart moves, mixed messaging. It's enough to make fans and analysts wonder what's really happening behind closed doors. Orlovsky called it out first, and now more insiders are piling on, raising questions about whether ego, strategy, or fear of losing control is dictating decisions. One thing is certain, the drama has far outgrown preseason norms, and the tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. Through it all, Sanders keeps doing what he does best. On the field, he proves he's built for this stage. Talent, undeniable. Composure, rare. Every performance reminds the world that this young quarterback is ready. The fans see it, the media sees it, Haslam sees it, and that is exactly why Stefanski is feeling the heat like never before. With Haslam's support, the balance has shifted. What's the endgame? A shocking trade to a team ready to unleash Sanders? Or will Cleveland finally hand him the keys to the offense? Inside whispers suggest secret meetings, ultimatums, and even players siding with Sanders. Whatever happens, the entire NFL is glued to this drama. For Sanders, this is the turning point. Either the start of a superstar era in Cleveland or the launch of a new chapter elsewhere. Is Stefanski playing 4D chess or losing control of his locker room? Should the Browns trade Sanders or build their future around him? The questions are endless, the tension is unbearable, and the saga is far from over.